Okay, that said, let's check this out. Quite a bit of a disturbing thumbnail. His pupils are gone. A pipe going into his nose. Okay. Let's see what this is all about. Okay. Oh, second one. All right. Oof. That's already pretty creepy. Let's turn on the subtitles. Delusional, here we go.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing...
That looks like the Eye of Sauron. Right? From the Lord of the Rings. And like Sheeple, I think it's kind of obvious where the title comes from, right? The people are kind of the sheep. They follow along the government, follow the system. I think that's why he calls it Sheeple, because the people are actually the sheep. I think that's why.
They were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis.
Wait.
Folks who were never and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis.
Oh man. That was my stomach. That is so true. Like, how many battles are fought between people that are not, or that haven't done anything wrong, or do not actually have to do anything with what actually happened before? Like, it is true. Like some, like the Nazis that we know from World War II, right? It's not because those are some like ancestors from some people that those people are bad, right? Same with black people. Like historically, we know that a lot of black people were enslaved by white people, but of course, in recent times, black people are not always enslaved. I mean, it shouldn't be. There are people enslaved, like, from every race, of course, but I hope it's not that way anymore. But it makes sense. I'm rambling. But it makes sense. The people that are now fighting are actually sometimes fighting the battles from ages ago. Or are battling for people that have nothing to do with their personally, but they take it personally because they relate, if that makes sense.
Folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis, controlled by rich folks who use the news to make hate, while elite folks control other political parties. It's a big lie, trying to make you pick sides, trying to make you burn the cities down and kill each other. They got sick minds, big lies, thief on the police so that there's big crime. To take away our freedom, to restore order, they let die. Play with people, turn men into women, make the counterculture mainstream to mix up the system. Change the pronouns, if gender is a spectrum, so is privilege. I know poor white folks and black celebrities with millions.
Like we said, of course, if you look percentage-wise, it is not like that. But there are people like that, right? There are rich black men, but they are not all rich, right? And it's not really that it's the exceptions, but percentage-wise, it's not that way. But he's correct. The things he says are true. And he pictures himself here as a black dot in between all white people that are supposed to be the sheeple in this context. So he's the one guy that opposes, is what I feel like right now.
Pronouns of gender is a spectrum,
so much information was misrepresented. Yeah, I feel like that too. And my explanation was not clear at all, I think. My explanation was way longer than it should have been, but whatever.
Make the counterculture mainstream to mix up the system. Change the pronouns. If gender is a spectrum, so is privilege. I know poor white folks and black celebrities with millions. They starve you with a lack of information and only give you facts through a branded corporation.
Yeah.
Distort your worldview with an algorithm that changes based on propaganda curated for your engagement. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Glued to screens, just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems. Hollywood been rotting your brain, controlling your mouth. You say lit, fleek, bet, cap, they trying to dumb you down. They endorse whatever narrative is popular to shout and use minorities in movies for diversity clout. Two sides on the spectrum, but ain't none of them honest. Took the red pill and the blue pill, spit them both in the garbage. Being woke used to mean you understood you're a target, and now it's having two good legs and never taking a step forward. If you agree, it's free speech. Disagree, it's hate speech. Erase it if it came from anywhere except
That is kind of true. That is kind of true.
forward. If you agree, it's free speech.
If you agree, it's free speech, which doesn't really make sense, because you would think if you agree that it's just you being afraid of giving your opinion. But because they accept your your meaning, your opinion, I think, oh, it's free speech. And then when you disagree, you suddenly hate it, which is not at all the case. But sometimes, and I feel very relatable, it's very relatable, I feel like, with videos that I make too here. If you do a reaction and you don't agree with something, doesn't mean you hate it. But some people perceive it as that. Luckily, the majority of people can understand that, can put their minds into the other person there. But there are some people that just have a hard time understanding that and are just sometimes a bit too fanatic in that. But luckily, most of you guys are not. I don't really have that many bad comments, but now and then you just have someone that just cannot take it, so
legs and never taking a step forward. If you agree, it's free speech. Disagree, it's hate speech. Erase it if it came from anywhere except the mainstream. Trump supporters labeled as the racist, but that can't be. Lincoln was Republican, and that's who ended slavery. Science been politicized, it's easy to see. A mask became a symbol of which side you believe. But you'll never cure a sickness till you cure the greed, because the problem with our natural immunity is it's free. Society is broken, want you locked inside a cubicle, addicted to pornography, liquor, and pharmaceuticals. Tell you that you're fat and poor and you were never beautiful, then tweet how much they love you when they hear about your funeral. We
oh my God, that was powerful.
On the same team, but y'all are sheep. Glued to screens, just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems. If they can't convince you, they confuse you. They want you dumb and dead. They divided you by race, religion, income, and sex. Made everybody right and left. The hatred got so intense. If the other side likes oxygen, you'll put a bag on your head. And the conspiracy theories labeled as misinformation is just a terrifying truth that scares the hell out the nation. The system treating you like trash and you got rifles to aim with. Just imagine how they'll treat you when your guns get confiscated. George Orwell, 1984 was his last lecture. George called them thought police. Now we call them fact checkers. Government surveillance trying to catch you. They don't ask questions. Mass incarceration corporation equals capital for cash investors. The system isn't broke, it's working fine. Oppressive and chaotic is how it was designed. They say if we ain't doing nothing wrong, there's nothing to hide. While their agenda and intelligence completely classified. They don't teach you rights in school, you never learn them at all. Cause they're easy to remove if you don't know what they are. The only people you can rule are the criminal ones. So they force you into corners till you're breaking the law. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team. But y'all are sheep. Blue to scream's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? Oh my sheep. Nothing's what it seems.
Man. Yeah, these are some powerful lyrics. I mean, I said it before. There are a couple of overlapping lines that we heard in the last suggestion too. What is this? Come on. Some overlapping lines from the last one that we reacted to. Oh, not the last one, but the song called "The System," and it's not too far off. Like that one was posted 1 year ago. This was posted 8 months ago. So it's pretty recent too.